earned this ring since high school. But in high school, Mr. Harrison, this is all that mattered to me was getting a ring. I wore my state championship ring for basketball today. When you get out of high school, this ring don't matter no more. This is a high school ring. You don't bust up in the ECU college like, yeah, man, I got my high school ring on today. You're going to get laughed out of the classroom. You just don't. It just don't happen no more. You don't go to App State, you don't go to Carolina, and you wear your high school state champion or your high school class ring. You might wear it the first week or so, and you're like, I need to get this thing off because I got a new ring I got to earn now. This all that mattered to me was sports and relationships with girls. That's all that mattered. From one sport to the next. I came to FCA, but I didn't reflect an image of Christ. So when you're on the field or you're in the locker room or you're at the swim meet or you're on the tennis court and somebody's acting a certain way or you act a certain way and you think nobody sees you, but you see, you may be in this school the only Bible that some people will ever see. You living it out right in front of you. I'm the only one. And God knows that this town needs a revival. This town needs help. We got shootings at the parade. We got shootings in a Walmart parking lot. We've got women trying to be abducted in broad daylight at McDonald's. It could have been one of y'all, snatching y'all and trying to throw y'all in a van just a few months ago in broad daylight. This town needs Christians to stand up and reflect the image of Christ. Not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. I wish I could go back, and I've said it to my students before. Just give me the last half of my senior year. That's all I need. Guys, when you get out of high school, I know you think now he's going to love me forever, and he says he's going to marry me. I was going to marry about 6 different girls in high school. If you can get my mom here today, every girl I dated, I'd come in and she'd say, let me guess, finally, she's the one, right? I said, she's the one, Mom, I'm telling you, she's the one. I finally found her. My mom finally just started rolling her eyes at me. You think that they're going to be with you forever. I've been out of high school for a number of years. I've only, for the most part, and still today, I only communicate with one person. And that was my best friend. Just so you know, social media is not really communicating that well, okay? We actually talk and have conversation with each other. One. All the sports teams, all the state championship teams, all the conference teams, all the all-region teams, I talked to one. When I was in school, I wasn't in church. There, the last half of my senior year, my parents began to make me go to church because my mom gave her life to the Lord and my dad gave his life to the Lord, and it was a culture shock to me. Now I'm being drugged to church on Sunday and youth group on Wednesday. I didn't like it. I went kicking and screaming. I was fine when I got there, but I was at FCA. I should have been going to church anyway, but it's not just about going to church. It's about reflecting an image of Christ. Look at your neighbor and say, what image are you reflecting? Ask him. Are you reflecting an image of Christ, or are you casting doubt? See, you can make it harder for somebody in this school or your classroom to follow Christ if you go along. You know, I may have messed around with some things. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. Never drank alcohol. All through school wasn't an issue for me because my dad had been an alcoholic, and my parents' marriage had busted up. So I wouldn't touch alcohol. You couldn't get me to a party. But I had other issues. I had issues with premarital sex. That was going to take me straight to hell. None of that was good. But you in a classroom, if you're doing those things, and you say, yeah, I'm an FCA, I'm a child of God, I'm a Christian man, they think, I'm doing the same thing they're doing. Why do I need that? If you could take me back and give me the last half of my senior year, the youth group that I was in, it would have exploded. Not only did I not go to youth group because my heart wasn't right, not one person my whole senior year of high school invited me to church. Not one student invited me to youth group. Nobody. was the last time you asked somebody to visit with you at your church? I don't mean the safe invite. She's kind of smiling. These like they're real nervous of me. So she's kind of smiling. She'd be the safe invite because I'm in an FCA meeting. Hey, you want to come to youth group? I got this NFL speaker, William Green. We went into public schools. He's coming from Germany. You want to come? You want to come to them? That's safe. Pastor told me, invite a friend. That's the safe invite. Anybody hear about William Green the other week coming to my church? Some of the schools, some of you got brothers and sisters. We went to 6 different schools. Get in here. We're going to work on that next year, though. We're going to work on it through you. We're going to do something different. We don't want to come at a different way. That's the safe invite. The non-safe invite is this sweet little girl right here that's giving me mean looks the whole time here, like, I'm tired, don't talk to me. But she sits beside me in class, and I sit here, and I can tell she seems like maybe because things she said in class or things she's not said or implied in class over the course of the 5 months of the first semester, that maybe she's struggling with some things in her life. I'm just using this as an example, I'm not really saying struggling. Hey, you want to go to youth group with me? That's not the safe invite. That's the one that I know doesn't go to youth group. And that's the one that Christ wants you to reflect His image and invite that person that doesn't go to church. I've told my kids and I've told my church, I've been there a number of years now, I'm not trying to build my youth group. I want my kids to go witness to their friends, and if their parents go to church and their friends can get right, then go to their church. You don't have to come to my church. I don't care about that. I want you to grow as a disciple. I want you to win people to Jesus because that's why you are here. To take from the book of Esther in the Old Testament, chapter 4, verse, I believe, 14. The queen, they said, is it not that you were brought here for such a time as this? Guys, I believe with all my heart. You guys are here. You're in the FCA in 2017 because God has brought you here to this school, in this town, for such a time as this. Because you are a light in a dark time. You see what's going on in this school. You see what's going on in this community. You see what's going on in our world. But you guys can be that light. You guys can invite people to come to youth group. And if they don't have a church, and their family don't have a church, then great. Plug them into your church. If they do, then don't discourage them from going back. Encourage them to go back where their family is and get plugged back into church. It's all about building the kingdom of God, not trying to build our individual church. What shadow are you casting? When was the last time you invited somebody to come to church? When was the last time you invited somebody to come to FCA? Baseball, basketball, soccer was my 3 sports. All conference, all region, state champion, all kinds of awards. It's wonderful. Maybe some of you in here that you think your future is going to be in one of those sports. And maybe you know somebody that thinks that, but it's not in here. Baseball is going to be my thing. I know I wouldn't go